Okay, so we're going to talk about coterminal angles. And so coterminal angles, again, when we looked at it in terms of reference angles, they're angles that have the same terminal side in standard position. And so we identify coterminal angles by adding or subtracting 360 degrees. So for these ones, we've got an angle drawn where we essentially have a reference angle. So in the diagram, if I have this angle with a 45-degree reference angle, the positive angle is going to be the value that I get using a reference angle formula. So because this angle is in quadrant 2, and I want to find the value for theta, what I'm going to do is take 180 minus the reference angle of 45. So if I subtract 45 from 180, that's going to give me the positive angle. So 180 minus 45 is going to be 135 degrees. So that means that this angle here is 135. To find the negative coterminal angle, I'm going to take the positive angle, my 135, and I'm going to do subtract 360 from that. So if I do 135 minus 360, that's going to give me a value of negative 225. Okay. And so that means that the negative coterminal angle is negative 225 degrees. So this angle here represents an angle of negative 225 degrees. And then finally, it's asking me for an angle greater than 360 degrees. And so in order to do that, what I'm going to do is take my positive angle again. So in this case, 135 degrees, and I'm going to add 360 to get that positive coterminal angle. So 360 plus 135 is 495 degrees. Whoops, 495. And so the positive coterminal angle that's greater than 360 is 495 degrees. So all three of these angles represent the same angle in standard position. So I have a positive 135. I have a positive 495, and I have a negative 225 that all represent the same blue angle that I was given with a reference angle of 45 degrees. So similarly for B, my angle is in quadrant 3, and so remember that in quadrant 3, I'm going to do 180 plus my 45, plus 50 degrees to get the angle for the positive value. So if I do 180 plus 50, that's going to give me 230 degrees. So my positive angle is 230. So this angle here is 230 degrees. To find the negative angle, I'm going to do 230 minus 360. And so that's going to give me a value of negative 130 degrees. So the negative equivalent of this, so going that direction, is negative 130 degrees. And then finally, to get the angle that is greater than 360, I'm taking my positive angle, which is 230, and I'm adding 360 degrees. And so that's going to give me 590 degrees as my angle that is coterminal to those other two, but also greater than 360. So if I do, it's going like that, that angle is 590 degrees. Okay, so to find a positive angle, you're using your reference angles formulas from what we talked about in example to C and D. And then for the negative angle, once you find your positive, you're just subtracting 360 from that. And then for your positive coterminal, you're just adding 360 to make that angle more than 360. And that's finding coterminal angles.